Hi, this is a video about how I set up my backup server, and one of the reasons I'm doing it is because I need to, since I've created the cloud, I now need to back it up. Well, I should have been backing it up from the beginning, but the built-in backup, the Borg backup process that it's got within it just seems unbelievably slow. Last time I did an upgrade, it said we recommend you run a backup first. And so I did, and it took 25 hours to do a backup of my data and then upgrade the container. I mean, that's a completely unsustainable proposition, so I haven't run one since. Actually, I don't know if it might have been 3 days it took. Anyway, it took a huge amount of time. So I've been putting off doing it. So anyway, it's now saying that it's out of date, and it's been a long time. So I need to get this update running, backup running. So I'll take you through this. I'll just give a brief overview of how it works. Probably this one's the best way. Let's see. Let's go with this backup server. Okay, right. So let's just go anywhere it's found it last. So this is the root directory on the backup server. There's a couple of key directories here. One is this backup directory, and then the other one is this mount directory. All the others are not critical for these purposes. So going into the backup, we've got two directories, and these represent the two servers that I'm currently backing up. One is the NAS, and one is the Plex server. So if we go into the Plex server, because that's the easiest one to look at, you'll see I've got a whole series of directories here. One's called base, and this is where all the actual core data is backed up to, which is where everything ends up. And then we've got these other directories called T-1, T-2, up to T-14. And basically these represent the daily backups. And then when it gets to T14, so each day it gets copied across to the previous one, and then a new backup gets put into T. And then at the end of the week, or at the end of a fortnight, 2 weeks, all of the data that's in T14 gets copied into week 3. And likewise, week 3 gets before that, week 3 gets copied into week 4. And then that's a whole month's worth of data. And then I've got month 2, month 3, and month 4. So basically, this gives me a kind of a rudimentary time machine. That in the event that I get a one, it gives me history to go back. But in the event that I get a ransomware attack or something like that, I should have the original copy here should still be intact, even if the copies that I'm backing up in the later days, if I don't notice it straight away, will be copied here. They won't have overlaid the original one by just simply doing a backup of what's on the computer onto the copy that's on the backup server. So by taking 4 months to actually copy today's backup onto the base, that gives me a significant protection against accidentally deleting files or having some kind of ransomware attack that encrypts them all. So that's the way it works. So if I come back up, oops. So the other one I've got is my NAS server, and that's actually split into 3 different sections. So I back them up individually. I've got archive for stuff I don't use anymore. I've got common, which is shared files, and then under users, I've got a directory for each of the individual users. But again, they get copied all into these daily directories. And the same thing for common and the other ones. So what I need to do is, create a new directory for the cloud server. Now, I think the easiest way to do that is actually going to be using the command line. So let's do the server. That's us in. So we do there's the two directories that we've got there. So let's make a new directory. Let's call that cloud. And then if we look here, so we need to create these root directories. So let's cloud each one of these. So we've got /t. That's one. Right, so there's all those directories there. So let's also just have a look here. And going to backup, refresh. Right, there we go. So there's a cloud directory there now. And there's all those folders that we just created. Okay, so now we've got a destination for all of the data from our backup to go to. Okay, so now we need to get the data from somewhere. So let's create so we've got two mount points here, one called NAS, one called Plex. So let's yeah, so these are owned by backup ADM. It's the same as all of those, so that's fine. So make directory /mnt/cloud. So we're gonna okay, so now we've got a mount point for that server. I'm going to install Samba to access that directory. So I need to go onto the cloud server and install Samba. But first of all, while we're here, so these are the different backup jobs I've got. This is the kind of main script which I run using cron every night. Then that calls the other scripts. Make that a bit bigger. That calls the other scripts just one after another. So first of all, it backs up the NAS, backs up NAS common data, backs up NAS user data, and then it backs up Plex. So we can add in. So I'll create a new what's the word? A new backup script here for the cloud, and I'll just put that after Plex. So let's That's that there. So that basically will invoke, oops, backup cloud.sh. It just checks, make sure it's running as backup admin, and then it just says invoke this script and pipe the output into backup.log in the log directory. So let's get out of that. Now, bkp nas, let's do plex actually, to bkp.sh. So that's that bkp cloud.sh. And now here we've got bkp cloud.sh. Okay, so this is the backup. This was the process to backup. What's the word? Plex, actually. So, because I'm not very good at doing cut and paste with Nano, let's exit this. Let's flip back to here. And let's do it through this, because then I've got a graphical editor. So home, backup admin. Here's the new file. Right click, edit. This is not got a very good editor. Right, so we want to change backup plex. Getting cloud backup. Let's change backup plex to replace with backup cloud. So replace. Okay. So let's just go through this script then. Let's close that. So we come in again, just confirm it's running as backup admin. Put out a message to say that we're running, print the current date and time, just so as I know when it ran and what this relates to. Again, put out migrating the monthly backups, and then what we do is copy everything from the month 4 directory, into the base directory. So something that's been there, that's worked its way to month 4, then gets copied into the base. And then I delete everything that's in the month 4 directory. Then it comes down, it says, right, now move month 3 into month 4 and move month 2 into month 3. So we've shifted everything down one. Everything that was in month 4 has gone into the base. That's now permanent. And then 3 becomes 4, 2 becomes 3. and then we come down here. So this is checking if it's the right time to do it. So this done if it's on a month, if the day of the month is 1, so this runs every day. So if it's running on the first of the month, then it says, right, we need to do a month migration. Then it comes down here and it's looking for the weekday. If the weekday equals 1, so it's the beginning of the week, then we take week 4 back up, copy it into month 2, and then we delete all the files from week 4, and then we move week 3 into week 4, and then we come into the daily backups. This happens every day when this runs, and we copy day 14, the backup that's 14 days old. We copy that into the week 3 backup. Again, we do the remove to delete those files, and then we go through all the other directories and we move the data from 13 into 14. And what this does is when you do this move, because this directory has been deleted, it moves this data, so we can't do a move for this directory because we need to keep the files that are in the original, which is why we have to do this copy, which takes much longer. This move is it just effectively renames the directory. So this one actually copies all the files, and then we have to go and delete all the files that were left behind. So it comes through all the way down to copying what was today's backup into T-1, and then we come down and we actually do the backup. And here I'm using rsync. So we run rsync with these parameters. I can't remember what they mean off the top of my head right now, but you can look them up. This says give a progress update on what's happening, and then you go through and you can supply 20 directories to run and compare against to create the backup. So the destination directory is backup cloud base. That's where we're putting the files to, and then sorry, no. So this is compared. So this is looking at what's already there in the base. It also compares month 4, month 3. So all of these temporary directories, it looks to see if the data in those has changed when it's looking for any changes to any of the files. So we go through every one of these directories until we get to the end here. And there we go. So basically it says when you're doing your backup, look in all of these directories. And then it says, right, this is what, okay, that's lucky. Nearly missed that one. So look in the cloud directory that we've got on this mount point, and basically that's what we're going to be comparing against. So it looks at the full file list in this directory and it compares it against all the files in here, and if it finds any of them match for the name and the date and the time in any of these directories, then it won't include that file in the backup. If it doesn't find a match, then it assumes the file's been modified because it hasn't got a backup in any of these other directories, and then we'll copy it into backup cloud T, which is today's backup, into this directory, and then it goes through the whole process again. And then we just print the date, now which is the date and time, just to see how long it took, how long this backup took, and then we print the current date and time, and exit. So we've now created the script. Save. We've incorporated it into the master script. We've got a mount point. Right, so we need to, first of all, we need to mount the, what's the word? We need to mount the directory from the cloud server onto the backup server. But first of all, we need to actually install Samba on the cloud server and create that share. So let's go ahead and do that now. Oops. Cloud server. Okay. So we're now logged into the cloud. We've got some updates we can apply here. So I'm going to do the backup first, just to kind of be on the safe side. So let's. So we've got, this is the cloud server. So we've got cloud is where all the data should be stored. Okay, so there's all the different users that we've got. That's the mount points that we've got. And nothing there of any great use, I think. Okay, so let's go and install Samba. So, first things first, sudo Okay, so that's all done. Added a group Samba share. Okay, so nothing needs to be done. So it says we should run where is Samba? Okay. Samba-v 415 Ubuntu. And then we've got some control, some BD, and this. So, no, slash etc slash conf. Sudo. Okay. So this is the default file that we need to get to. So what I'm going to do is I want this to be exactly the same as I've got on the Plex server. So So let's open another putty session. 92.168.20.21. No, just remember the Plex server is offline. So I don't know what I've connected to there. Anyway, but that's not the Plex server because the Plex server is sitting on my desk in pieces. So I'm just going to have to configure this from memory. So let's leave that as work group. So we didn't change anything there then. So now we need to set up a user that we can use to log in. So sudo smd password add. Okay. So create a user for new SMB password. Okay, why did that not work? Maybe they haven't added, they need to add them first. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's created the user now. So now I should be able to set a password for them. There we go, cool. Okay, so I had to add the user first. We need to add that directory. We need to add a directory here to share that file, that directory. So NextCloud. Cloud server path is cloud. Read only. Yes. Writable. No. Browsable. Yes. No. Valid users equals at pkpazm. Okay, so let's control X Yes. Okay, I think we need to restart that. Okay, can we do this test part? Okay, so there's my directory. Village users backup ADM. I'm not sure if that needs to be an @ sign there or not. Anyway, let's see what happens. Let's restart this. Sudo system control restart SMB. Okay, and let's see if we can connect. Oops. This PC. Network drive. // 192.168.20.22. Browse. Okay, it's asking for credentials, so that's good. Access is denied. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Cancel. So let's just go. I'm not sure if that should have an @ in front of it, so let's just go back. Yes. Yeah. I think that shouldn't have been there. Okay. Start that. Let's try again. Oh. No. Okay, what didn't it like? So it's up and running. Sessions closed for user nobody. It's getting in. Okay. Dot 168.30. log.192.168.30.65. NMPD. No. No. What am I doing? Okay, that's empty. NMVT. Okay, nothing there. Looks like it's a problem. Okay, that's my workstation, so nothing there. It's MPD. Nothing. Okay, what was the last one? December. Okay, one thing swings to mind. No, because I've already got access. Do I need access in the firewall? Two. So let's try this. Let's try browser. Oh. Let's try guest OK, yes. Let's remove that. X, yes. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's restart that. Try again. Aha! And there we have it. Finish. Okay. That I can cope with. So I think that at S was probably the list of users should default users. So what did I change? Let's change that back to no. 12x. Yes. Restart that. And let's see. Yes. Let's disconnect that and try again. Okay, so it's there. Can't access the data because I haven't given it access to it. That's fine. Oops. That's not the one I want. And the directory is /cloud. So I need to test user 1. Okay, so they're all owned by www data. Ah, here we go. So if I put backup admin into that group, sudo add user VM to www-data. Done. Why am I disabled? Do I need to log in again? Let's log out. No, of course. I didn't add. I didn't add myself to it, did I? I did backup admin to it. So I've mapped the share, but I don't have access to the data. Well, let's have a look here. Let's see if I can map it from the backup server, because that's the one I want it from. Let's see what's happening here. Oops. Yeah. What am I doing? Yeah, that would help if I did the right command. Mount gives. Hmm. The share was NextCloud, not Cloud. Yeah. Okay. Let's start that. It's now called Cloud. Well, hey, there are the folders. So let's run a backup. So we'll just run that now. Escape, Control X, /ekp.sh. So that's now running the backup. The first one anyway, which will populate the data. So let's have a look here. into the backup server, we should see backup, cloud, T. There's all the data coming across. Cool. Let's let that run. I'm going to stop this recording and we'll come back to this when it finishes. That's going to take all night now. Okay. So that didn't go quite to plan. On account of the fact that if you look here, we have 87% of the backup directory is in use. And that is a 6 gig drive. And the cloud server has got 4 gig of data, which is quite full itself. So that's not going to fit. So I have now got another 4 gig disk, which I've put in the backup server, which we need to format. So if we have a look, oops. There we can see there's SDA, which is backup, and STB. So let's give that extra information. So let's create a file system. /dev/stb. Right. No, we don't do that. Yes, I want to quit. Gdisk we want. Where did I format the disk that's in there? No. GPT partition table, so G. Okay. Now we want add a new partition. Default first sector beginning, last sector end. Okay, right, there we go. And now write it. There. We've got a disk with a partition on it. Now we can format it. Make file system. ext4, type ext4/dev/sdb1. Okay, and there it is. No space because it's not mounted yet. So now we need to mount it. And I'm going to I'm going to mount it as backup 2. So make directory /backup 2, and then I'm going to mount it sudo mount /dev/sdb1 backup 2. And there we go, 3.4 terabytes available. 4% used, backup 2. So let's go and add this into its fs tab. Sudo /etc nano let's duplicate that one. Oops. So let's copy that UUID. Control X. UUID equals backup 2 64. Okay, Control X. Yes. Right. Let's just leave it as it stands for the time being. So let's change that backup script. Nano BC BKP .sh. Right, there we go. Move backup. So all these backups need to change to backup 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Actually, I'm going to miss something here. No, let's do it with MSCP. Where is it? Backup admin, backup client. Okay. Backup with with backup 2. So let's replace. Don't want to do that one. Just backup slash. That's going to be that. Place. Replace. And next. Oh, stream backup. Okay. Still mounted as cloud. And that's where it puts it. Okay, close. Save. Exit that. Alright, now we need to go in and recreate all these directories. Got a cloud directory there, we need to remove that. Recursive, remove the cloud directory. Okay. Sudo make directory slash backup 2 slash t. Okay, that's one. Okay, and then week 3, week 4, month 2, month 3, month 4, base. The reason I ended up with this is because you're allowed 20 comparator directories, and that's how many I could work out that I could have. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's how I ended up with that. Okay, so that's there. I need to sort out the cloud server. What's that? Let's look up. You can see I'm not a Linux person. Okay, it's not installed. So don't panic, let's look up DNS utils. Okay, so that's all done. Let's see if we can install, if this works now. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And there it is. Cool. nano/gc/fs tab. Writable. Sudo. Me. /cloud gives so access the cloud share on the cloud directory and mount it under cloud. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm going to reboot now and just make sure that all mounts. Give it a minute. Not yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's have a look. There's my disk. And oh, there's a cloud server there. Why does that say 70%? That's not right. There's all the files. Okay, let's backup torch shell. Okay, so that is in there. what I'm going to do, I'm just going to comment this one out because I don't want that to be running. I don't want, I'm going to start it now. It's going to run for a long time, and I don't want this one to try and start it up at the same time. So that will write it out. So /bkp cloud dot shell. Okay. Did I create these as? Yeah, I'm going to create these all as root. Yeah. Okay. Remove recursively back up to cloud. Okay. Back up to cloud. Okay. Okay, so I need to change the owner of backup to. How do I do that? Okay, let's change owner. Slash backup to. Okay. Change user. No. Where's that? Right, there we go. Okay, so I'd put a colon, one and then the other. Okay, so let's try. Okay, good. Okay. And then the other. Okay, let's try that again. // bkp backup.sh. Okay, there's no running. Let's leave that for a very long time. Is it GB? No. Anyway, let's back up to 1% used. Okay, I'm going to stop recording now and come back to that tomorrow morning. Okay? Okay, so the backup is finished. There's a few errors, but I think I'm not worried by these. These vanished temporary files. File vanished, permission denied. Again, that's probably just disappeared. Actually, no, where's the original? Yeah, here we go. File has vanished. Mount Cloud temp. So I think these are just transitory files it was using while it was moving stuff around. So it's backed up all the files which are basically old, which have been saved. Anything that's just kind of in transit hasn't been backed up successfully, likely. But that's a couple of files. I'm not worried by those. They'll get picked up. The underlying file will get picked up in the next run. So 9.12, that finished. So we started it off in Unity. So that took about 12, 18 hours to back up the whole thing across the network. And when I ran the Borg backup, which was backing up locally, it took either 25 or 3 days. I can't remember which it was now, but I mean, it's faster backing up across the network than it is using that software. So I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, I ran another backup the following morning, or this morning rather. Started at 20 past 11, finished at 20 to 12. So it took 20 minutes to just do the delta of anything that had happened since. So, that's fast. I'm happy with that. So now, basically that's it. That's the backup done. Backup. No, not that one. Backup. Right, let's reinstate this one. And that should back the whole thing up tonight. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to now restart and upgrade my NextCloud server, which I've been waiting to do. And so that's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. One thing I've got which is outstanding. Every time it runs the cron job, if I'm logged on, it adds an entry. Well, it tries to send me an email. So it says you have new mail in var mail backup ADM. I need to work out a way to actually get this to send an email, but I don't know how. Anyway, so I'll have to work that out. I might put up another video and an addendum to this to be able to send that. Because with it, I had a problem the other day. No, what was it called? Where is it? Oh, here, this will do anyway. Yeah, so these are the remote mounts, and what happened is okay, that's another thing I need to do as well. What happened is I had a power cut, or partial power cut, and these servers went down, and the backup server was still there, so these connections disappeared. And what happened was when the backup started to run, obviously there was no disk there, so the backup just failed. So I need to get it sending the email so I can see and get an alert to know that these backups aren't running if any one of these machines has gone down. The other thing then also is I need to activate the dynamic reallocation feature for these remote connections so that if they do go down, it will automatically try and reattach them. So anyway, that's for the next video. Okay, thanks.